Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Nurse on the Go podcast. In today's very first episode, we will be discussing how to best prepare for nursing school. So you've just been accepted to nursing school, and it feels like time is flying until it's your very first class. So today I've compiled 10 tips that I wish I even knew when I started nursing school to begin the program feeling prepared and organized for success. The first tip I have to be prepared for nursing school is to search for your program's grading scale. So you can do this by either checking on the nursing school website or even calling into your faculty and asking them what is the overall passing grade that I need for every nursing class in order to pass. I know for my program, our passing grade is 65%, but I also know that it ranges for every single program, whether that be a different university, a different city, or a different country. So for everyone's nursing school, it can be different. It can be an 80% and 85%. So that's why I recommend you check specifically for your nursing school to see what their passing grade is. Along with that, I also recommend you check your university's grading scale to see what is considered an A+, a B+, a B-, just so you're into the right mindset of what the overall grades are that you want to achieve. If you're either applying to scholarships or if you just want to achieve a specific grade, I recommend you check that before beginning. The second tip I have on how to best prepare for nursing school is to not buy textbooks until you've attended your very first class. The reason I say this is because I've had numerous classes where I've attended the very first class and a professor has said that we don't require a textbook in order to be successful in the class. This means that the tests will strictly be based on class notes or slideshow notes. So I recommend, if you really want to save your money, to just hold off until the first day and hear what the professor has to say. Of course, it's still okay if you want to use your textbook. If you're just someone who prefers to have a textbook regardless for every class, you can always do that. But if you really want to save money, then I would just hold off until the very first class. Along with textbooks, I would always recommend buying secondhand if you really want to save money. I say this because you can easily buy textbooks for half price or really with a good sale just by buying secondhand. And most of the times when I've bought in books secondhand, they have really minimal highlighting or writing or even no writing and highlighting at all. So you're saving a lot of money and getting overall the same product. But if you prefer to buy your books new, you can always do that as well. And if you can't find your book anywhere, you can always have the option of buying your textbook online for a discounted price. So I recommend you examine these different aspects of textbooks and how to save money, because overall they do add up and they are extremely expensive. And for my program at least, they don't refund you for paying for textbooks. The third tip I have on how to prepare for nursing school is to figure out how you plan to take notes, whether that be handwriting or by your computer typing it up, or by going through the slideshows and writing on top of slideshow notes. I recommend you just picture how you're going to take your lecture notes. And by that, you can stock up on paper, stock up on pens, get a laptop that you're familiar with. If you have a broken laptop at home and you have some savings, you could consider getting a new laptop. Just think of ways on how to prepare on how you're going to be taking notes sooner rather than later, because you want to have this all set up before you start the program, because if you don't, you're going to enter the program not being prepared, and then everything's just going to be going faster and faster, and you're going to end up being behind, which is not good. Along with how you plan on taking notes, I also recommend you think about how you plan on studying as soon as possible. If you're a visual learner, if you're an auditory learner, think of the different ways you learn best and put them into consideration when you think on how you're going to take notes, where you're going to sit in class. If you know you have problems seeing the smartboard or the chalkboard, maybe it's a good consideration to sit near the front. So little things like this is important to consider prior to going to class, because you might not think of these things when you start the program, but it's good to think about them before so you're prepared and you're ready and you're mentally ready to begin this program. With nursing school, you're going to encounter nursing school questions that you never even thought were possible to have. Everything just seems to be the right answer. So to help you with questions like this, you definitely don't want to just memorize straight off the book what the answers are or memorize all the notes in your head. You want to understand it. You want to get clarification. You want to reread it. you want to Google, I know Google is not 100% accurate, but you can always back it up with your professor. You can email them, hey, what does this mean? Could you provide me with further clarification on what this is? And they could definitely assist you in that so you get a better understanding and you're able to answer nursing school questions with critical thinking on what the correct answer is. The fourth tip I have on how to prepare for nursing school is to participate in as many events as you can to make new friends. So personally, when I began nursing school, I participated in events such as Frosh Week, which is just a week full of fun and games that you do with specific faculties in your own faculty. And it's a great opportunity to make new friends. I definitely made new friends when I did that, and it was amazing because by the time it was the very first day of class, I was able to sit by them, I was able to text them. It just makes you feel a lot more comfortable prior to entering the program. And of course, if you can't participate in Frosh Weeks, you can always participate in different Facebook pages of your class, and you can just talk to different people and be like, hey, who has anatomy, blah, blah, blah. And someone could be like, I do. And you guys can start chatting, and that you can make friends just like that. And if your school doesn't have one, you can always create one. I know there's many people just like you who are really nervous during this time and they just want to make friends as well. So it's a great platform on how to make friends and just feel a lot more comfortable beginning the program. The fifth tip I have on how to best prepare for nursing school is to work as much as you can leading up to beginning nursing school. I say this for many reasons. The first reason is because by saving as much money as you can, you'll feel less stress during the school year of having to work even harder in order to maintain a certain income while you're in nursing school, which can build an even greater amount of stress on the stress you'll already have during the program. So I recommend you work and save up. You also want to save up because you'll be spending additional money that you never even thought you would. Textbooks, injections, police record checks that you'll need to get for your school. You'll also need to get different requirements that are needed for your school, stethoscope, many different things that have to come out of your own pocket. And I would hate for it to be such a burden that came out of nowhere for you, because I know I didn't know that I would have to spend this much money additionally for the program. But when you work as much as you can, it really helps alleviate the stress of having to get even more money during the school year. As well, you really want to get your finances in order. I highly, highly recommend applying for scholarships. These are amazing resources in order to get additional money to help you be less stressed and more confident in getting into the program. And it can give you a lot of ease with these amazing scholarships. And there are so many out there. They just require you applying. So take the time out to apply to these scholarships. As well, if your school provides financial aid or your government provides financial aid for students, apply for that. If you're eligible to apply for it, because trust me, it'll help you in the long run. You'll feel less stressed and it'll feel like a burden lifted off your shoulders for you to focus on school. The sixth tip I have is to get family and personal life in order. And what I mean by this is to let your family and friends know exactly what the program will entail prior to beginning the program, so they're there for you and they understand what will be happening for the next 2 or 4 years or 1 year, 3 years or so, however many years. But I just want them to know what is to be expected so that they're not, let's say, clueless when the time comes and when you have to cancel on plans. And along with that, nursing school will not take up your whole entire life unless you let it take up your whole life. You can still see your friends. You'll still have time. You'll still have winter break. You'll still have weekends. You'll still have nights, days off that you can hang out with them. So you'll still be able to see them, but a lot less than probably normal. So the next tip I have is tip number 7, which is to take some time out to mentally prepare yourself before nursing school. Whether that be take some time out to go on a vacation. I love vacations because they're a great way to just be at ease and calm and not think about anything school related. And that's a great way to relax before starting the program. As well, if you don't want to go on a vacation or if you don't have the means to go on a vacation, just hang out with friends or take a me day, self-care day. So just take some time to remind yourself with a positive attitude why you entered the program, what's going to be at the end of the program. You're going to graduate, you're going to be a nurse. Just remind yourself of why you're doing this program and give yourself the strength and self-confidence to enter the program mentally strong to thrive. Tip number 8 is to fix your daily routine. And what I mean by that is to start sleeping earlier, waking up earlier, plan your meals, meal prep, get in that mindset, maybe even exercise. Just get your lifestyle back in order and in a routine so that once nursing school is added to the equation, your whole life won't just be flipped around. You'll have a routine, solid routine set in place, and so that nursing school doesn't affect that and you're still getting all the things you need to get done in your day, as well as getting your work done so you're efficient in your day and you're time managing appropriately. The 9th tip I have for you is to develop a support system. And what I mean by that is to get someone or just a group of people that you feel like will be there for you during those rough times in nursing school so that they can help you out and be there for you during the times that you're overly stressed, burnt out, just need someone to talk to so they can give you positive reassurance back. They can give you back a motivation. And I know that it really does help to have people listen to you. Although people probably can't relate to if they haven't gone in nursing school, it's really nice to have people acknowledge what you're going through and that you're feeling these feelings for a specific reason. So I definitely recommend you get a support system that will be there for you. And the last and final 10th tip that I have to be best prepared for nursing school is to practice time management. So time management is something that we probably all struggle with, whether that being 2 minutes late to an event or just procrastinating, saying, I'll do that later, I'll do that tomorrow, don't worry about that, it's not due for another week, I won't do it. Upon entering nursing school, I want you to be prepared with your time management. I want you to attend your very first class 30 minutes early. However minutes early, always be early, not late. Because if you begin the program being late, being not ready, being unprepared, it's just going to be a recurring pattern throughout the program. So break that cycle as soon as it starts. You will have your days. You will have those times where you just feel like, I really don't want to do this today, and that's fine. But don't let it be something that will consume you, where you're not getting that work done for numerous days, and you'll just be behind. Because the worst thing to be in nursing school is to be behind. You always want to be ahead. Because once you're ahead, you'll feel so much less stressed, and you'll just feel amazing that you got your work done. It's very satisfying to just erase something from your agenda. So I recommend from the very first day, be prepared. Wake up early, go to class early, go to sleep early that night, wake up the next day on time, get a schedule in, put an alarm on. Be just extra cautious with your time because that punctual attribute that you'll have in the program will really set off a good stage for you in your nursing school career. So those are the 10 tips on how to best prepare for nursing school from one nursing student to hopefully another. And I hope you guys really take these all into consideration when beginning your nursing school program, because it'll definitely help you enter that program with an amazing mindset to conquer the program and be as successful as you can. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in this week, and I hope to have you return next week for a brand new episode. Talk to you soon. The Nurse on the Go.